My name is Jason Cogdill, and I'm a benefits attorney with Simple Benefits Compliance. This video is about what you as an advisor need to know about Form 5500 reporting for health and welfare plans. First, a word of context. One reason this requirement is confusing for advisors is that different rules apply to retirement plans than health and welfare benefit plans. For example, all retirement plans file a Form 5500 annually with the Department of Labor. The company knows about this because a company representative has to authorize the filing before it's submitted to the Department of Labor. But because the rules are different for health and welfare plans, there's some confusion in the market, and that's one reason for this video. If the company sponsors any group health or welfare plans that are subject to ERISA, and any group sponsored health plan is subject to ERISA, there may be a filing requirement unless an exemption applies. And there are two key categories of exemptions. First, entity type. If the organization is a governmental entity or a church sponsored, church related entity, those entities are exempt from ERISA altogether. And so that exemption includes a Form 5500. So no matter what the size of a plan sponsored by a governmental entity, quasi-governmental entity, church or church-related sponsored school, et cetera, those organizations will not file a 5500. More importantly, there's an exemption based on size, and this is the common exemption. It's the 100 rule. If the health or welfare benefit plan had fewer than 100 employee participants on the first day of the plan year, that benefit is exempt from filing for that plan year, regardless of how many participants there may have been later in the year. It's the first day of the plan year rule, and we're only talking about employee participants in a group health, dental, vision, life, disability, telemedicine, health FSA, HRA type of benefit. So if there are 100 participants, we likely have a filing requirement. If there are not 100 participants, we likely do not have a filing requirement. The one qualification there for a small plan under 100 is that if the benefit is funded by a trust. What about a self-funded benefit or a level funded health plan? Would it need to file if under 100? The answer is no. How are these filed? The Form 5500s are submitted to the Department of Labor directly through an electronic system, EFAS2. Our system is linked to it. And the filing is due within 7 months of the end of the plan year. So, for example, July 31st of this year is the deadline for the calendar year 2025 plans. By extension, with the 7 month rule, the filings that are due at the end of this month, May, are for the plan year that ended last October 31st. By extension, a December 1st plan that ends November 30th would be due 6/30. And so these are the deadlines that we track. And in advance of the deadline, we contact the advisor or the group to get the insurance schedules and the data that we need to prepare the filing so that all the company has to do is review it and submit it through our system directly to the Department of Labor, which is a very efficient process. The default is that each ERISA benefit that has 100 submits a filing. So, for example, if a company has only a life plan or a disability plan that hits 100, that's the only benefit that's filed. If the employer has multiple benefits that need to be filed, the best practice is that a single 5500 includes all of the benefits together, and the employer also has an ERISA wrap SPD that includes the same plan number, same plan name, same plan structure as the 5500. So as a 5500 preparer, one of our goals is to review what has been filed in the past, to find out about the employer's plan document so that we ensure that the 5500 is consistent with what the employer is doing with respect to its benefits and its plan documents. And I won't say more about that. Our service is designed to be fast. It's designed to be reliable. It's designed to be efficient so that you as an advisor have a solution that you know we're helping manage the deadlines, we're helping manage the data, and the employer is taken care of not just this year, but going forward. And then if we see something, for example, if it looks like there are benefits that may need to be filed that haven't been filed by an employer in the past, that we catch those, or that employer may need, for example, a wrap SPD because it's been filing one 5500 instead of multiple in the past, and they want to keep doing that, that's something that we'll raise to your attention and then be happy to talk to the client if helpful. But our goal is to keep it simple and basic and straightforward for you as the advisor and for your client so that compliance requirements are met without this being a burdensome tool for you or for them. We'll be happy to answer any questions, handle an assessment or scenario for you about what may or may not need to be filed. Feel free to submit that by email. Thank you for listening.